welcome to Work Week Wind Down. I hope everybody is enjoying their holiday break and had a great time celebrating whatever holiday you celebrate, whether it's Christmas or Kwanzaa or Diwali. I hope that everybody had a great time celebrating the reason for the season and just being in the presence of your loved ones. I have a very, very special guest with me today. This guy here, Grayson Randolph. You can smile. You can smile. He's being so serious right now. But Grayson, for those of you that don't know, Grayson is my son. He's my youngest son. And going into 2024, I am super, super excited that all of this came about just this morning. And we were having a really good conversation. And I said to him, this could be a really good, monthly edition for Work Week Wind Down. So um, I want to give him a chance to introduce himself and tell him a little bit about himself, and then I'll kind of dive into what we plan to do moving forward in 2024 as far as Work Week Wind Down is concerned and his special appearance. All right, Grayson?
This conversation started
Well,
for.
wait, you have to introduce yourself first.
I'm Grayson. This conversation started, or podcast started by my financing class, DECA,
Mm-hmm.
and so it's a elective for my school,
And what school do you attend?
Jackson Day School. I attend to
And what grade are you in?
sixth,
Okay.
and so I overheard my mom. I overheard her talking about line of credit and credit score, and then she started talking about it, and that's what made us get to here.
All right. Well, in a nutshell, that's what kind of brought on the idea of, hey, let's talk about it. And the thought behind that is that we will be able to cover a lot of ground and answer a lot of questions as it relates to finance and real estate in digestible bites. One thing that I pride myself on as a parent is not sheltering my kids from information, whether good or bad, but always making sure that it can be received on their level. So tough conversations that we have to have, um, or just conversations about information that is very high level, just finding the words to explain it so that they can understand it is really important to me. So, again, Grayson is in the sixth grade. He is 11 years old. So, the information that, I share with him should be digestible for just about everybody. It doesn't matter if you are a fresh college graduate or a college student, or you've been out of college, never attended college, or you have your first home, have no idea how you ended up getting in there, or you're looking to purchase your first home. I think the information that we are going to share is going to help you along that path, right? Um, and there are even like some people that have homes, that have second homes, investment homes, that may not really understand all the stuff that we are going to discuss um, during our podcast. But Grayson is going to be a guest once a month. Um, to just chat and talk about things. I've always been so supportive of him and him asking all of the questions about, well, mom, did you sell a house this month? And how much was it? Well, how much did you make from it? So he's very inquisitive, and I love that about him. And I got so excited when he was asking me all these questions this morning. I was like, gosh, this could be a podcast. This could be on my podcast. And the information that you're getting right now, so many people don't have it, whether they're young or they're old. So I just want to be a beacon to offer up that information. So line of credit is one of the questions that actually came up. So Grayson came down. He overheard his dad and I talking about a line of credit that we took out um, on our house in order to pay our oldest son's college tuition.
We would show him, but he's shirtless.
So the questions came up. What is a line of credit? How do you get a line of credit? And right, those are the questions that you asked
Now, how do
initially.
you get a credit score, and how do you get a good credit score? How do you get a high credit score, and what's the lowest that you can get?
So those kind of came on. We first, you said, okay, well, what is a line of credit? And I said that it is when a bank,
A
right,
bank gives you uh, a certain amount of money that you can use or loan out.
right, and you have to apply for that. So when you fill out the application, they're going to ask you for what? A list of what? Are they going to loan you money if they don't think that you can pay that money back to them?
No.
No. So
You're gonna have to have a good credit score for them to trust you, or your credit score will base their trust for you.
not just the credit score, but money also. And if you don't physically have the money, it would come through in the form of collateral. Do you remember what I said collateral is?
Mhm.
Collateral is anything that's an asset. Do you remember what the word asset is?
Or a house is an asset.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
What are other examples of
this
assets?
couch that we're sitting on is an asset.
Kind of, yeah.
A little bit of an asset.
Not a huge asset. But what else would be considered a big asset?
Some food, well, bread, water, shelter.
A big asset.
I'm not sure.
So you said our house. That's something that you can buy, that you can sell and get
Use every single day.
something that you can sell and make money off of, right? So a house, a car, right?
Apartment.
If you have like a boat, a motorcycle,
A
jet ski, land, any type of real estate, those are assets. So those are things that you can actually put up for sale and get money from, right? So if you don't pay the bank back, you have collateral, you have assets that they can actually liquidate, which is liquidating is just selling to get that cash from there, right? So that is how, that's one of the things that they ask for on your application for a loan of credit, a line of credit. Second thing, they're going to run your social security number to see how your credit history shows. Your credit history is basically saying or showing if
you paid off your bills, do it on the right due date, and never have them turned in late.
right. So that is you paying your bills either on time or before they're due, right? And that is going to help your credit score go up or down. Up or down. If you pay your bills on time,
What's up?
it goes up. So a high credit score is good or bad?
Good.
Good. Okay. Now we talked about credit scores. What is a good range?
700 to 800.
700 to 800 is a good credit score range. If you are under 500, then there's some work that needs to be done because that shows that
550.
yeah, 550. That is what I said. 550 um is kind of like that borderline. You need to be above that in order for you to get good interest rates or better interest rates, and to get approved for certain things. When you have a score that is lower than that, that tells whoever you're asking to loan money from, it's telling them that you don't you don't pay your bills on time or you don't pay them at all, right? So who's going to loan you money if they don't think they're going to get their money back?
You're gonna have to start paying the bills and get a good credit score. Then you can start loaning the money out.
Exactly. Exactly. All right. So they look at your credit score, they look at your assets, and then they make a determination on how much they will loan you. So when we were talking about the assets, it kind of flipped, and I said, okay, well, one of your largest assets that you can have is your home. If you own your home, if you're renting your home, that isn't considered an asset because you don't own it. Now, there's someone that we know, and just for disclosure, we're not going to say any names, but we know of someone that was looking for a new apartment, and the apartment cost $2,000 a month. And the apartment had,
Why was it costing $2,000 a month?
because the cost of living here in the Charlotte market um, is significant, and it continues to go up. And that's something that you can't really
Does it only happen with apartments?
no, apartments, townhouses, mobile homes, anything that you're renting, it's up to the landlord, it's up to that owner to dictate, to choose how much they're going to charge that person to stay there. And what's important is that money that you're paying every month for that rent, it is just going to that landlord to pay their mortgage payment, because every month, in order to live somewhere, you have to pay money on a monthly basis. It's either your rent, or if you own the home and you're making a monthly payment, what is it called?
A mortgage.
A mortgage payment. So rent or mortgage payment. Um, when you are paying rent, you are paying that landlord's mortgage payment. Okay. Um, so what else did we talk about? So that's one of the biggest reasons why, why it's important to have
Did we talk
a
about
home.
ignorance?
Hmm?
Ignorance.
I did tell Grayson that he is going to be, 1,000% ahead of so many people. even adults for that matter. Um, and you said why? Because they're what? You said two words that I really didn't like to hear you say.
Dumb or stupid.
Okay, he said that they were dumb or stupid if they did not know that. And I corrected him and said, not, it's not that they're dumb or stupid. A lot of people, they don't know it because they're ignorant. And the difference between stupidity and ignorance is a lack of knowledge, a lack of education. So, once you have that knowledge, have that education, and you decide not to do anything with it, then it becomes stupidity, right? All right. So, um, you have your assets as a home. Um, Anytime you are paying your monthly mortgage payment towards a home that you own, that is building up equity into that home. So you're paying down how much you owe on that house. That creates equity for you to potentially get credit. So it's like you're taking a loan out from the equity that you've built up in the home, which is what we did in our situation. But having an apartment, paying rent, you don't own that property. So you can't take a loan out, right?
Yeah.
Right? Okay. All right. So that's another reason why. Um it's important to own your own, to make sure that you aren't overpaying. You can control what you're paying on a monthly base. Because I think one of the questions you asked me, you said, well, how do you, oh, I know what it was. So we were talking about knowing someone that was looking for an apartment and it was going to be $2,000. um it was only a 2 bedroom, and compared to the amount of space that we have in our home,
It's like our first floor minus some
yeah,
rooms.
so it's about the square footage, well, less than the square footage of our first level um of our home. So I asked him, based on that, how much do you think how much do you think our mortgage payment is? And I mean, I'm kind of like an open book, and I'm not, I don't think that dad would mind me saying what our mortgage payment is.
I was thinking it would be over because our house is 20 times bigger, but it's actually smaller.
Correct. So when I asked him how much he thought our mortgage payment was based off of that individual renting an apartment for $2,000 a month, he said that our mortgage payment was probably around $8,000 a month. That is not the case. Although our house is larger, and provides, you know, more stability with keeping our mortgage payment the same on a monthly basis, we are actually paying less than $2,000 a month for our home. Our home has 5 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms. I don't even know the square footage, but
Square footage is
it's
probably
way
like
too much.
2K.
It's too much.
2960. I don't know.
2960.
2,960 square feet. I'm not sure.
That sounds right. I think, I don't know.
I just took a educated guess.
I think it's about 3,000 square feet, if not a little bit more. But it's too much to keep clean. I know that. We need to downsize. Um, but we are actually paying $1,450 on a monthly basis for our mortgage payment. How does make that make sense? Make that make sense, because really the math is not mathing. You have someone that is paying $2,000 for an apartment. At the end of the year, there's nothing, um, as far as equity is concerned, for that person. All of that money that they have paid out, um, they have nothing to show for it. However, owning your home after a year, paying that money towards your mortgage payment is bringing down the balance of the home that you owe on it, and you're building up the equity so that you're able to take a loan out, for whatever reason. There aren't any stipulations. Um, so yeah.
That's it
So I
for this month.
Yep. So that's going to be our talk. I don't know what we're gonna call it, but it's going to be our monthly check-in and breakdown with Grayson. I don't know. Maybe we can talk Miles into joining us also at some point, so that he can jump in on the fun and ask some questions and all. So again, I'm looking forward to this great opportunity to share, just great content that everyone can use and learn from. Um, whether you're just starting your journey with building up your finances, looking into real estate, or you're down that path and you've made some mistakes and you want to try to correct it, or whatever the case may be. If you have any questions, need my assistance with anything, I do provide, I do go and provide sessions for employers where I go in and I talk to their employees about I have presentations that I do. I also go into schools as well and speak with um, our school age kids about some of these matters. So if you're interested in my services there, please don't hesitate. All of my contact information has been running below this entire time. So reach out to me, give me a call, 704-965-1702. I'm looking forward to speaking with you, and I'm wishing everyone just prosperity and blessings in the 2024 new year that we are approaching. So, anything else you want to say, Grayson, before we sign off?
No.
Nope. All right. I think that's it. We'll talk to you guys next month. All right. Have a great one.